Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. We're going to be doing the daily reading for Wednesday, October 28th, 2020, and today is a day that's ruled by the second chakra and guided by birth. The galactic tone of the day is the red overtone Skywalker energy. And so when we talk about the red Skywalker energy, we're talking about the energy of exploration, space, and wakefulness. The Skywalker is the human taking flight in the imagination. And so we're really bridging the worlds today, right? Where we're bridging the upper and the lower worlds, the different aspects of our being, right? Our spiritual and our human nature. And we're coalescing those into one. We're unifying those two aspects of our nature. And so we're really being called with this energy to, this is the energy of the time traveler, right? This is the energy of prophecy, the exploration of all of the dimensions within and without. And so really seeking those places where that empty space resides within us, right? Where all the potentials for creation actually exist is in that null space, in that void, in that emptiness, right? So much of what we see around us is actually empty space. And then that's where, like we said, that potential resides. So really paying attention to that. This is the energy of transcending old paradigms, old conditionings, old belief systems, reinvention, the energy of reinvention. It's a very active energy, right? As we are being guided by birth, and birth is the ultimate action, right? It's the action of creation. And so it's a day that is very heavily motivated by creation, by being wakeful, by being mindful of what it is that we are creating, and really being mindful, going into that inner space so that we can really understand what's going on, what's happening within us, and how that is then reflected without in the world, which of course we talk about all the time. Skywalker advises, spiral into the depths of your inner resources. Use every opportunity to observe and discover. Honor the energy of space and its power to influence our consciousness. Explore your capacity to continually reinvent yourself. With deep roots into the earth and broad antennas into the sky, receive the medicine your soul needs to endure life's transitions and discover trust in the unknown. And so that is absolutely beautiful, right? And it's this reinvention energy. It's also this energy that is reminding us how important it is to remain grounded. As we are reaching up, right, we are also remaining grounded in the earth. And that's how we become those antennas, right? We are that space within us, right? Is that space that gets filled with that light that we channel to Gaia, to the earth. And in order to do that, we have to be grounded. So that is coming through very strongly. Just the importance of that today. And every day, but with this tone, we can be especially effective in that way. And the tone of creation that we're working with today is the overtone tone, and this is the tone of empowerment, command, and radiance. And so once again, it's as within, so without. This energy is being repeated consistently today, really paying attention to that, acknowledging that, and honoring that. And so this is all about our truth, our authenticity, radiating that out into the world, right? Not pushing that onto others, but just radiating that truth from the center of our being. And it reminds me of this quote that talks about how we don't acclimate ourselves to the energy in the room. We change the energy and we influence the energy in the room, right? We bring our vibration and allow that to give other people permission to shine brightly as well. And so that's an energy of today. And I really enjoyed this. It said, center the mind in stillness, center the heart in love, center the body in breath, and you will find yourself centered in the cosmos. And so I like that as a way to tap into these energies today and every day, right? The affirmation for today is, I empower in order to explore, commanding wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the overtone of radiance. I am guided by the power of birth. As far as the astrology goes that we are dealing with today, we have Venus moving into the sign of Libra as we start out today. And so Venus in Libra is very much an energy when we talk about Libra is one of the signs that Venus rules, right? Taurus and Libra. And so in Libra, we're very concerned with partnerships, especially, right? It's the energy of fairness, of balance, of equality. We've been working with Libra energy in different ways throughout this year, right? This has been coming up a lot. And we also have Mercury in the sign of Libra as well, and still retrograde today. So we have Venus and Mercury in Libra right now. And so we are really looking for that harmony. We're seeing where there is harmony within our relationships and where there is not, and where we want to bring more harmony into the ways that we relate with others and the ways that we relate to the self. Remember, we have Mercury in Libra as well, and Mercury is retrograde, so this is an internal experience. So we're looking at that in terms of our mind as well. How do we relate to ourselves in our minds? How do we love ourselves, right? And how is that reflected outward? Remember, this energy today is very strong of as within, so without, as above, so below. And so we really want to look at that and utilize our external interactions as a barometer of what's going on with us internally. But we are going to be very, very concerned with our partners, with balance, with harmony, with that sense of equilibrium, and really finding our balance and finding our equilibrium. And I wanted to look, there was an interesting aspect as far as this goes. I guess it wasn't with Venus. Venus is trine Saturn. It is opposing Chiron. Okay, yeah. So Venus is opposing Chiron, which happens to be conjunct the moon right now. And we have the moon currently in the sign of Aries. And so with this opposition to Venus and this conjunction to the moon, we're going to be feeling that Chiron energy very strongly today. Chiron, who is at this time still in retrograde, right? And so these themes of empowerment are going to be coming up. We're going to be feeling very emotionally connected to our healing process, to the healing of these wounds that we've been processing during this Chiron retrograde, right? It's going to be, and we're going to be feeling a little feisty about it, maybe very empowered, right? With all of this Aries energy, with the moon in Aries as well. We're feeling possibly a little reckless. We are definitely feeling that courage or that need to be courageous coming through strongly. And if we are feeling fearful, that fear is likely to be channeled through anger and through these more reckless behaviors because of that Aryan energy. So we want to be careful of that, especially when these wounds are probably being heavily triggered today. We want to watch out for wherever they're being triggered, and wherever that also shows up in our relationships with this opposition to Venus. We may be shown very clearly where this energy is at odds with each other, right? Where that balance is lacking, and where that has to do with our own personal wounds that we are working through right now when it comes to love, when it comes to our ability to be ourselves in love, right? To express our truth in love, to have that reciprocity, that balance, that fairness in love, right? And still be able to be who we are. This is a huge theme that's been coming up, is like, how can I love someone and be loved in a way that makes us both feel truly free? Right? Because that is the ultimate expression of love. If we are expressing love in a way that does not make ourselves feel free and does not make the other person feel free, then it is not truly love. It is a distortion of love that we are being asked to look at and work through right now. All right? And so, yeah, I'm being drawn to the Work Your Light, clear. Work Your Light cards. So we're going to pull a couple Work Your Light Oracle cards for today. Yes. For some people, this is like a rebirth day, right? I was thinking of being guided by birth with all this Aries energy, which is the first sign of the zodiac, right? Which does represent the birthing point, that first surge of energy that brings us into the world. And so feeling that really strongly coming through for people as well today. Just that energy. We are in this Phoenix energy of October, right? So it is all about that rebirthing process. We've been going through that death process, and now we're starting to come through with this rebirth, right? And it's going to happen for all of us in different stages and different phases. But for some people, that energy is coming through very strongly today. And here we go with the get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Get grounded. In order to be that conductor, like we were talking about, we have to be grounded and rooted and centered in the earth. We have to understand that we are incarnated here, right? And so we have to be fully invested in this process, right? And so this has been coming up. I don't know why this is coming up right now that I'm thinking of this. And maybe it's, we also have the Akasha card here. So for a really long time, and those of us who are what they like to call old souls, right, or whatever, those of us who are more consciously aware that we're old souls, I will say, that our souls have been through many lifetimes. And we really feel the energy of that, right? This is a lifetime when we are in this like in the heat of this ascension process. We are releasing karma, like lifetimes and lifetimes of karma. All of that, we cannot bring that with us into this new earth, right? Into this fifth dimensional energy. It doesn't exist there. And so we are having to release karma from many, many lifetimes, right? All lifetimes, really. And so a lot of us, I know for me, I was really, really obsessed with my past lifetimes for a long time. I wanted to know everything about them. I wanted to connect with them. I was really intrigued by past life regression, different things like this, right? I was just very focused on that. And so a big message that's been coming through a lot lately is that we are meant to stay focused on this lifetime, on this reality, on this version of the now that we are experiencing right now. Right? Our consciousness is here. And so we're meant to focus where our consciousness is. If we're constantly focused on our past lives, right? That being whatever, a strange terminology since we exist in an infinite now, right? But what we would term from our linear perspective, past lives. If we're constantly focused on that, it's just like constantly being focused on the galaxy and the cosmos and the other planets and the other dimensions that we exist in, right? We can't be present here now. And so we can spend some time with that energy, but we want to really continue to ground our focus, to bring our focus right back to the here and now. Like, this is the most important event that has happened thus far in the cosmos, right? We are doing something unprecedented here. Everyone, all eyes, all attention is on Earth. So why are we trying to make our attention elsewhere, right? We came here to be a part of this right now, to be right here, right now. And so it's so important for us to do that, to get grounded, to stay grounded. Yes, go up and play, but come back down. I just bought a beautiful piece of Baltic amber the other day. I went, and I'm getting really into the meditating with crystals. I've had some really profound experiences doing that recently. And so I went out and I got myself some lapis, I got myself some malachite, and then I got a really nice piece of Baltic amber to help, because its energy was so grounding and anchoring, because it's so important, especially if you're spending a lot of time playing up there. You want to come down and ground yourself. You want to make sure that you're also able to be fully present here. Yes. So that's just something that's been coming through, is like the importance of that and the importance of being present in this life. Yes, we can explore past life energies. Some of that stuff will come up. It is influencing us now, but we are doing so much of the work of integrating that naturally just by stepping into more of who we are right now. As we step into more of who we truly are as a soul, we command back those other aspects of the self, right? As we do our healing, we retrieve aspects of the soul. Like, this is a natural process that occurs as we step more deeply into our truth, more deeply into our power, and more deeply into our love and compassion for ourselves as well as for others, right? And so we're already doing this. We don't have to spend too much undue attention on that. Sometimes it is helpful to understand, right? We do have to work through some of these, but if we need to work through things from past lives, that information will become evident to us and will be given to us and granted to us so that we can utilize it if we need to utilize it, if we need to understand it in order to move forward. But a lot of times we also don't. So just don't get too caught up too heavily in that, I guess, is what I want to say. And we have that coming out with Akasha, which of course reminds me of the Akashic records, right? And just the importance of, as we're going, just actually what I just said, honestly, there's nothing else really there, except it is the quote on the bottom of this says, your guidance is divinely guided, which is also just, and then on the bottom of the deck we have trust the niggle. What's the niggling feeling trying to tell you, right? So we're going to take that out too. So what this is saying right here, right, is that this guidance that you are receiving, this little, that, and we've talked about this has come up in a couple other readings, right? So this is really important for people to take note of. Whatever that little tickle inside of your mind, inside of your gut, inside of your heart has been telling you, that possibly some of us have been trying to suppress or stuff back down because we haven't wanted to listen to what it's trying to say, or we haven't possibly believed it, right? That is our internal guidance system trying to help us, trying to put us on the greatest trajectory, the most successful trajectory for our souls. Like, you can trust whatever is coming through there and listen, allow yourself the time and the space, right? Today with that red Skywalker energy, it's all about the space, exploring that space within, right? Making space, making time and making space for this intuitive guidance to come through. And when it does come through, you can absolutely trust it. And you have been given, even if you haven't had that huge intuitive hit, which for some people is going to be coming with this full moon, especially if you take the time to meditate and really connect with yourself and your higher self and whatever other energies, you know what I mean, on that day. But we're getting little hints right now. We're getting little hints. And when you get those little hints, those little urges, you hear that little voice that's telling you and telling you and telling you, you can trust that and you can listen to that, because that is your soul trying to guide you toward whatever is for your highest good at this time. And then we have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Yes, the card that represents the new earth for me. This is also the age of Aquarius that we're birthing right now, and which is going to be anchored in on the 21st of December, officially. I love it. And so whatever it is that you are wanting to birth, whatever creations are wanting to come out of you right now, go with that, flow with that. That is your inspiration. That is your joy trying to find you and to feed you and to get you moving on a trajectory that is in alignment with your soul. The age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Yes. And play, have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. Perfect. This is perfect energy, you guys, right? The age of light, you've been training for this. You have been training to come into this reality right now and birth this new age for lifetimes, right? We were just talking about the past lives. All of those past lives prepared you for who you are and where you are right now. And you are naturally integrating all of those aspects of you that are ready to come forth to help birth this new age. And how do you do that? Play. Like we said, those little creative inspirations, right? Follow those little nigglings, that little voice, that little intuition. Follow your creativity, right? Follow your passions. Do what makes you feel good, right? Play, have fun. Don't take it so seriously. We've talked about this before too, right? How those of us who are fully aware that we came here with a mission, right? We get very centered on that, and we can get very grim and very serious because we feel it is so important, and it is. However, it is also so important to bring that joy, to bring that lightheartedness, to bring that love and play into everything that we do, right? So really enjoy that. Celebrate the fact that you're here. Celebrate the fact that you are a part of this great shift, this great awakening. Don't mourn it. That's another message coming through. A lot of people are getting really caught up, I feel like, in this energy of feeling really just irritated and discontent, and like, when is this shift going to happen? When are we going to be in the 5D? I don't want to be here anymore. Why did I sign up for this? You know, like, I'm sorry if it's offensive when I use that voice, but I'm just trying to drive the point home, and I get guilty of this all the time too, right? Is honestly, like, some of us, to be quite frank, are getting a little bit whiny. Like, we are getting it. We're moving into that victim role without even realizing that we're doing it. You came here because you wanted to be here. You wanted to be fully invested, fully anchored here to participate in this, to witness this, right? So have some fun with it. Stop being so serious. Those of us in this spiritual community, right? We understand that this is not our only lifetime. This is a play, right? So enjoy playing your part and know that you can change and alter that part anytime you want to what feels more fitting and resonates best with you. You have that power as a creator, right? But enjoy it. We came here to enjoy this. It can be fun. We don't have to sit here and lament the experience. We can fully embrace that, right? We bring the joy and the light everywhere we go. That's what we do, right? So bring that joy and bring that light into every situation, into every interaction, right? We're here to uplift this planet and this frequency. We didn't come here just so that we could sit in our rooms by ourselves and meditate and just shift into another dimension, right? Like, if that's all we came here to do, why did we come here at all? We could have done that. If all we wanted to do was experience isolation and then shift into a different dimension, we could have just stayed in that dimension to begin with, right? We came here to actively play a part in this process, right? We came here to learn. We came here to grow. We came here to have fun and play and enjoy our lives. And we came here to show other people how to do the same thing. So go out there and do that, right? Shine your light, be that light. Utilize all of the gifts at your disposal, all of the resources at your disposal. And as you start realizing and understanding how proliferous those resources are, more and more resources and abundance and joy will be drawn to you. But to get that, to find that, we must first become that. We must first embody that. And that's what we came here to do. All right. So that's the message that's coming through today. Honestly, I think that pretty much wraps it up right there. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you. You are so beautiful and so fabulous. Go out there and be beautiful and fabulous. Go out there and play. Go out there and have fun with this existence, right? Like, we deserve that. We have earned that, right? And how did we earn that? Just by being, just because we are. Joy is our birthright, and we are here to reclaim our birthright. That is what we are doing on this planet right now. We are reclaiming our sovereignty. We are reclaiming our birthright, our right to be free, our right to be beautiful, right? Our right to be radiant. We are radiating that. Remember, this is the tone of the day, the overtone tone, radiating that outward into the world, right? We came here to radiate light and love and to remember and to help other people remember that that's all we are. And so we don't do that being all grim-faced. Like, nobody wants to awaken and really begin this journey of spiritual enlightenment if they're watching all of us sitting around, like, gritting our teeth and, like, wringing our hands, right? Or yelling at each other, judging each other. You know, people in the spiritual community can get really judgy sometimes. Like, this is what's spiritual and this is not spiritual, and this person's a false prophet, and this is this and this is that. Learn to listen to your own truth and don't worry so much about what everybody else is saying. Just be who you are to the fullest extent of your ability, of your capacity, right? And continue to explore, right? And expand so that capacity gets larger and larger. Don't worry about that. Allow everybody else to be who they are and be where they are in their process, right? Every single thing is spiritual because we are spiritual beings. Therefore, because we are spiritual, because this entire cosmos is spiritual in nature, nothing can be unspiritual, right? It's just what aspect of our spirituality are we utilizing and learning from in this moment. So I think that's really important for people to remember as well. Is we can all come on here. I say a whole bunch of stuff, right? I will never, ever, 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 ever tell you guys to believe everything that comes out of my mouth. This is my perspective. This is filtered through my bias. I do go up to the Creator and seek that the highest truth be transmitted through me when I do these videos, right? But it's still, there's a filtration process. And so this is my perspective. Have your own perspective. I'm sharing my perspective, so maybe it can inspire you to seek your own, to see, to feel what resonates, what doesn't resonate. And that happens with words. It also happens with energy, right? Energy resonates. Does my energy resonate with you? Does my message resonate with you? If it doesn't, great, fine. That is perfectly fine. I am really happy that you are able to sort of discern that for yourself, right? Because that's what we're here to do. That is what we're here to do. It's all an opportunity to learn and to grow. And I am learning and growing right along with you. We are all learning and growing, right? We are all the students and we are all the teachers. So don't take it so seriously. Don't take everyone else so seriously. Don't take yourself so seriously. And please do not judge anything about this process in yourself or in others. I know that this is difficult. If we find ourselves judging something, understand that that's a reflection. If I am judging outwardly, it's because there is an inner judgment that wants to be addressed. And so that's where I look first. That's where I turn first. If you guys would like any assistance, I offer personal readings. I offer really powerful, really beautiful angelic healings. Belvaspata, it's the energy work that I do. It was gifted to humanity to aid in the ascension process. It can help with all aspects of this ascension and this spiritual awakening journey. Physical, emotional, spiritual, energetic, right? Please reach out to me for that. I'm doing a special on that still, sliding scale $77.77 to $99.99. I do other things as well. It's all listed in the description box along with my email. There are links to donate if you want to donate to this channel. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It really helps. It really helps the message to continue to grow, although we trust that everyone who's meant to find this channel and find this information will find it in perfect divine timing for them, right? But still, very much appreciated. And then on the bottom of the deck, I have to call this out too. We have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This is what we're coming up to right now. We are coming up to that threshold, right? This is the initiation. This is the rite of passage before we cross that threshold. But we don't have to take that too seriously either. We can have fun with that. We can have fun with all of it. I love you. I appreciate you. I will talk to you all very soon.